Broadway beat, Broadway beat, Broadway. Listen to the Broadway beat. Broadway makes you want to move your feet. Everybody's tapping into everything that's happening on Broadway beat, Broadway beat, Broadway beat, Broadway beat.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge, and welcome to Broadway Beat, where we bring you the very best of what the New York theater scene has to offer. This week we drop by the Laurie Beachman Theater, located at West Bank Cafe, to give you a look at the multimedia musical show called HINO, starring Hairspray's Susan Mosier and recording artist John Boswell. But let's start things off right here at 890 Broadway to give you a sneak peek at the new Broadway-bound musical, Irving Berlin's White Christmas, which will play the Marquee Theater for a limited engagement from November 14th through January 4th. Based on the classic holiday film, White Christmas features choreography by Randy Skinner, direction by Walter Bobby, and stars Stephen Bogardus, Kerry O'Malley, Jeffrey Denman, and Meredith Patterson. The holidays are coming early to New York, so enjoy our look at White Christmas.
Happy holiday, happy holiday. While the merry bells keep ringing, may your every wish come true. Happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday. May the calendar keep ringing. Happy holidays to you. Come, get together, let the dance floor feel your leather. Step as lightly as a feather, let yourself go. Come, hit the timber, loosen up and start to limber. And you hear that hot marimba, let yourself go. Let yourself go, relax, and let yourself go. Relax, you got your tied up in a knot. The night is cold, but the music's hot, so come on, cuddle closer. Don't you dare to answer no, sir. Butcher, banker, clerk, and grocer, let yourself go. Let yourself go, relax, and let yourself go. Relax, you got yourself tied up in a knot. The night is cold, but the music's hot, so come, cuddle closer. Don't you dare to answer no, sir. Butcher, banker, clerk, and grocer, let yourself go.
I think I think what you're going to see is something which is, as you said, rarely done anymore, and that thing is Randy Skinner's choreography. To see that old-fashioned kind of Broadway spectacular dancing is it's rare. There are wonderful new forms of choreography in the theater, everything from In the Heights to Spring Awakening. But I also think it's wonderful to see where the tradition of dance is rooted, where it was grown. And Randy has that effortlessly in abundance. And what I love about Randy's work in the show is that it's not satiric. He doesn't spoof the 40s. He doesn't spoof the 50s. He actually does it so that it is not in any way a camp. It's the real deal, and it's almost like it's almost like a history lesson, almost like a documentary. You know what I mean? Of that whole tradition of choreography.
Well, I got goose pimples, and that's always the sign of something that you should be doing. It happens every so often in your career when somebody calls you and gives you the title of the show or the idea of the project, and the hair kind of goes up on your arms. And it's a beloved movie, of course, and that's number one challenge for us, is to meet the expectations of people who know that movie so well. And Irving Berlin. You know, I've always never pass up an opportunity to do something to his music. He's an amazing composer, and the wealth of material that was out there to choose, because that's also the biggest challenge, is to take a movie musical, then you have to find songs that add to the score for the stage. And with Irving Berlin, it's a joy, because you just go through song after song after song, and each one is better than the next, and you just have an amazing opportunity to do whatever you want. It's great.
Well, I in 2004 was asked to be the original Judy Haynes for the world premiere in San Francisco, and it was just an absolute joy. It was the year I got married. It was the greatest year of my life. And then went on to do Los Angeles Company at the Pantages, and then skipped a year and went on to do Boston last year at the Wang Theater.
Let's talk about the show. What a beautiful score. Talk about working on this and working on this character.
Oh, God. Well, I grew up watching the movie, as many people did, and I also grew up watching Vera Ellen, so I just am so enamored of her and the style. So it just was a dream to be asked to do this role. And one of the first things that I asked Randy was, are we going to be doing the number Mandy, which was where she came out of the floor and all the, and in the splits with all the boys, and that number was cut, but there are phenomenal numbers that I'm fortunate to have Randy choreograph me in as well, and the music is Irving Berlin. It's one of my favorite songs, and actually, funny story, because I was married the year that we started it, there is a moment in one of my entrances where my wedding song is played, because my wedding song happened to be Irving Berlin, and I at the time didn't know I was going to be doing the show, but I'll Be Loving You Always, the song Always, is my wedding song, so it's it means a lot to me, just in that way, but also because I've always loved Irving Berlin music.
All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain or sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and react as one. Those who've seen us know that not a thing can come between us. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can. Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister, and Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man.
Well, it's the role originated by Rosemary Clooney, and she's sort of a bit of a buttoned up gal who has had her heart broken and is kind of resisting any advances and thaws during the course of the evening. And I get to sing a great torch song in the second act, which people know from the movie. But it's a lovely journey. I have a wonderful sister, Meredith Patterson. She's just a dream to work opposite, and my leading man is Heaven, Stephen Bogardus. So I couldn't be luckier.
This is so great to watch, because this is like an old-fashioned musical, the kind of things we used to hear about in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. It must be so great to play this.
It's a truly good old-fashioned movie musical, like a good old-fashioned Broadway musical. It's the way the storytelling is done evokes the time, but it also has a modern sensibility in terms of the quickness of the pace and the cutting out the fat and all of that. So I think that the writing changes and the direction changes that they have done from the movie are exquisite. I think the work that Walter and David Ives and Paul Blake have done is really amazing. I think that people are really going to respond to it and be like, wow, this is our new holiday tradition, because it's just so much fun. It's so joyful.
Well, it is sort of a throwback to your dad's era, so to speak. A 50s kind of musical. There's a laid-backness about it, and yet there's an urgency about it. I mean, we're not like in people's face. We let the people sort of come to us on some level, on some of the scenes. And then you have Randy Skinner, who has just created this he's just great at this kind of old, I don't want to say old choreography, but old school choreography maybe is a better way to put it. Big tap numbers that build from just a duet into the full company and whatnot, and the structure of the show is song then book, song book, there just layers in there, and it has real logic to it and a real build to it, and that I think people follow, and uplifting songs that you're just not going to come across these Irving Berlin songs in every Broadway musical.
Let's talk about the numbers you did today were beautiful. Talk about the ballad we saw you do today.
I sang Count Your Blessings, which is sung to the general's daughter who's having trouble sleeping out on the porch, and Bob comes across her and gives her a little bit of sage advice about how one might fall asleep. And it's just a lovely little ballad. It's just an AABA ballad that maybe takes only 1 minute. But then it's reprised later that you guys didn't see right here. It's reprised later when Betty comes into the scene because she's in a corner and she sees me interact with the little girl, and we've sort of butt heads before then. Then she sort of says, "Hey, you're not such a hard guy after all, are you?" And then we have a reprise, a little tag to that number with the two of us. It culminates in a little intimate moment that brings us together for the first time in the show.
If you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings.
It's been, again, I hate to say it, it's been a dream. Randy Skinner is someone I had worked with previously, but we hadn't really done a full show. We had done, a couple numbers here and there, and I always admired his choreography from afar and the chances that I got to do a number or two here and there. He lives that style more than anyone I've ever met, and to have his influence and his choreography on you, it's like a really well-fitting suit. I mean, it's just wonderful, and he knows what to do, what to change, and how to make you a better dancer. So.
Hey, talk about the great score you get to sing.
Oh God, Irving Berlin. They don't come any better than that, I don't think. Especially the songs that they've interpolated into this version. They've taken a lot of songs that were just in the catalog, and took out some of the songs that were in the movie that they felt maybe didn't work for stage, and they've done an amazing job. Bruce Pomahak, Larry Blank, Rob Berman. The musical aspect of this is so amazing. You have this incredible kind of floating pillow upon which to sing and dance, and if it's underscoring, even act. I mean, it's so evocative. It helps you do your work. It helps you really put across the story, the heart and soul of the story, and whatever else we're trying to do.
Let yourself go, relax. The music's hot. Tonight is cold, but the music's hot. Tonight is cold. The music's hot. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. While the merry bells keep ringing, may the calendar keep ringing. Happy holiday to you.
HINO, the long-running cult hit from Los Angeles, is back in New York at the Laurie Beachman Theater here at the West Bank Cafe for the next 3 Sundays in November. Comedian Susan Mosier of Hairspray and recording artist John Boswell play Pepper Cole and Johnny Niagara as the most dementedly clever lounge act you'll ever see.
Welcome to HINO, the only online gaming site that offers the full Las
Vegas-style gaming experience.
The reason we're doing this is not just to open up a whole world for people at home gambling, but because we wanted to go into those homes and be the entertainment.
And another one bites the dust.
With a clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? We are the champions, my friend. I'm Marge and this is Gower. We'll keep on dancing till the end.
We won Tony Awards, yes we did.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, cause we are the champions. Na 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 na, cause we are the champions. Etc. etc. etc.
In these dreams I've loved you so that by now I think you know.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Thank you. That was the Queen and I. Well, John Boswell is one of my best friends, and we were in our house one day. And my friend Hope had a gambling machine. They're called a slot machine. Oh my God, I'm so out of it. A slot machine on the computer, and we thought, wouldn't it be funny if we were the entertainment? If we came into people's homes and entertained them while they gamble in the privacy of their own home online. So we thought that'd be a funny short film. So we made a short film, and then we thought, well, let's screen it for our friends. And then John and I thought, well, let's do a set after we screen it. It was supposed to be for like 50 people one time only, but everyone liked it a lot. They said, in fact, someone who's seen me do almost everything I've ever done said, it's the funniest thing you've ever done. And I went, really? Okay, and in a way sort of hurt, but that was okay. And so then we built a whole world in Los Angeles. We showed that film for a while and did a new set, and then we filmed 3 more films, and then we have a different live set for each of the films. And it was just, it was keeping us off the streets, It was something to do.
We had these characters separately before we even created Casino. So I had Johnny Niagara in high school, but not really fully developed. And Pepper Cole, I played for Susie's act, and she played Pepper Cole in one of the skits in her show. So we just decided to put the two together, and I love working with Susie because she's so spontaneous. I could just say, go there. Okay, here's an example. When I lived on 47th and 9th many years ago, we would say to Susie, go into that Chinese restaurant in the corner and sing Cabaret for the 4 people that are eating there. Full out. And so she would walk in, she goes, what good is it? She'd do the entire number, and the owners are mortified, like ready to call the police. And then the people are clapping that are there. She'll do that. I mean, that's the kind of stuff she does. So it's kind of like a dare situation. And it's turned out to be what I love to do. I love making fun of music. I've been playing serious music all my life, and so this is like the flip side of that, and it's completely satisfying for me. So,
how can you just leave me standing all alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Boo-hoo, tweet, tweet, hoodly-hoo. Boo-hoo, tweedly-diddly-deet, a hoodly-hoo.
Eddie, you son of a bitch! Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You're not Eddie.
He gave us a scare.
Kimmy DeLance?
Kimmy DeLance.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Kimmy. I'm Pepper Cole, and this is Johnny Niagara, and we are the Casino Singers.
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Here to play for your enjoyment. Well, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Kimmy.
Hi there. Come on in.
Okay.
I hope you don't mind.
Oh,
I don't mind at all. I love that you're here. Oh, God, sorry.
Come on.
Come on in here.
Okay, great. Oh,
Oh, don't step on the baby.
no. No.
All moon roll by and make this endless day, endless night, tonight. It's like a lot of hybrids of musicals with pop music, with Chicago with Chicago, like that. That's kind of our formula. And John Boswell is such an amazing arranger, and I'm just so blessed to work with him. It's been a joy for years and years.
Well, you work so well together. Why do you think you work so well together? Talk about the chemistry.
You know what? I feel so supported by him. I feel like I know that if I literally lose my mind, he will pull me back in. And I know that if I am in a
not at the right space to perform, I know that he'll take over for me. He's my dear, dear friend, and I trust him so much. And I also have such faith in the material. If I'm not feeling particularly out there, I just know the material will sell itself because I'm sorry, I think it's pretty spectacular. I love it. So.
You bring meaning to my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. When you love someone, always on my mind.
Roxy.
When you love someone, always on my mind.
Roxy.
When you love someone, always on my mind.
Roxy.
It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. Roxy.
To do it in New York, and what's great about doing it in New York is that in a lot of ways, because of the musical sensibility of it, a lot of people in Los Angeles didn't get all of the nuances, all of the weird references, and here everyone gets it all, which is so satisfying. To be doing it in New York with people who are so savvy is just so spectacularly satisfying.
Music is my life, basically. I've been a musician since I've been 5 years old, and I've always played serious stuff. But there's a funny side to everything. The seriousness of all the classical music that I studied when I was a kid made me sort of point out the funny stuff about the same things. So I would make fun of everything, really. And so that's how we sort of came about it. Like for instance, Annie, we do an Annie medley, which is the show Annie and then Annie Lennox. I thought, God, it'd be great to put those two together. And then what we ended up doing is getting a list of all the songs we love on each side, and then drawing lines if there are any kind of similarities or sometimes like words will overlap, and it's pretty amazing how and sometimes it just sort of happens, and we're like, wow, how did that happen? So.
And how long did it take to learn some of these medleys? These are really intricate.
We would hang out for like 2 or 3 days and work on one or two medleys, and just sort of like sit with each other for like all day, and that's how we develop pieces, and it's just great.
Do you have a favorite moment in the show?
Well, I love it when Pepper sings "Don't Cry Out Loud." I think it's everybody's favorite.
Baby is a pseudonym for me. They told me, don't cry out loud, just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. Fly high and proud, and if you should fall, well, remember, you almost had it all. Okay, show of hands. How many people out here have their dreams dashed on the rocks of reality? No, don't even bother, because I can feel your disappointment from here. You were going to be a dancer, weren't you? You're going to be an actor, right? Oh, you're going to be a director, right? So you move to the big city, don't you? And like any merchant, you start displaying your wares, don't you? But no one even stops to look at what you've got going on. Nobody even cares. They don't even come into your store. And inside, a little pebble of self-doubt and aching sadness starts growing in you until it's a stone about the size of your fist. And you keep trying to cack it up, but you can't, can you? No, you're sick with disappointment. You still have to go about your daily chores, don't you? You still have to go get a job, don't you? Because you have to pay the rent, right? Okay, so you're a messenger, right? Oh, you're a waiter, you're a receptionist who works in an advertising agency. Casey Monero, please dial 1. Casey Monero, please dial 1. And somewhere, something in your heart shifts just a little tiny bit, and you feel like something is dying, like a little turtle whose shell has gone soft, and you start feeling like it'll never happen. I am a sick, sad person, but you still have to go out, don't you? You still have to do things, don't you? You still have to go to the store, don't you? You still have to go to the savings and loan. You still have to walk into Christini's and run into someone you haven't seen in 15 years. Well, hi, Greg! How are you? Yeah, oh yeah, still doing the whole acting thing. Yeah, sure. Really? A Tony? That's fantastic! That's great, Greg! Well, good for you! So nice to see you, Greg. So goddamn nice to see you, Greg! And you go back to your crappy little studio apartment television, only you've only got one channel because you can't afford cable. You're watching New York 1. And you lie there and you think, oh God, what's going to happen? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? No one likes me. No one's ever really liked me. I don't have any talent. There's nothing right with me. But then you sit up and you go, wait a second, I saw the secret. This isn't the way we work. This is not what happens. You sit up and you make your life happen. You control your destiny. Picture it, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get new headshots. That's what I'll do, new headshots, and I'll pass them out. I'll go to all the agencies. Hi, how are you? I'm Peppercole. That's who I am. I'm Peppercole. And you say, but then somewhere inside you realize it's all too late. It's all too late. There's nothing good gonna happen. Reach for the brass ring. Reach for the brass ring. Only got air that time. Only got air that time. Oh, well, that's okay. Hey, you got the tour of Legally Blonde. Good for you. Good for you. So happy for you. I had a dream. A dream about me. Me. What about my dream? What about my dream? I had a thing that was going to happen for me. I was supposed to be famous. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen. I am going to end up in a box by the San Diego freeway. And if you have a delivery for me, you just come and knock on the cardboard. I'll be right in there. I'll receive your package right there. That's what I'll do. And you know what? You know what I do when I feel like this? I sing. And it makes me feel so much better. So everybody, let's all sing together, okay? Don't cry out loud. Come on, sing. Just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. That's right. Fly high and proud. And if you should fall, remember you almost